on this podcast, and she was like, yeah, you know, she looked sad. She's a huge Cowboy fan. The whole family, they're Cowboy fans. I ain't talking about Cowboy fans since Michael got here. Like my family, they've always been Cowboy fans. At the end, she asked, "Are you going to be a lifetime? You're not now. You with the Packers? You're a Packer fan?" She said, "Yeah, I'm a Packer. I'm with my baby. I'm with my baby Michael. He said, "So you gonna be a lifetime Packer fan?" Well, I don't know about that because you know the league and a lot of things change, but she's a lifetime Cowboy fan. And this is what I was saying. For me, if I'm getting $200 million anyway, I don't need that extra million. I can take 199 if I can stay with my family. If I can do everything in the city that the family's in, and if I can do everything in the city that they will live in for the rest of their damn life, they will never buy a house in Green Bay. Never. So be gone with anybody and everybody saying anything and everything like Michael Parsons won. Michael Parsons lost. He won a lot of money, but he lost overall. Jerry Jones lost because his ego got in the way. Jerry and Michael are the only, in us, the only two lost. The Green Bay Packers, the Green Bay fans, okay, they came up. All of the people that want to see Dallas do bad, they came up. And yeah. In the meantime, only us and Michael loses in this deal. And especially now. And I've been telling you guys this. Why does it, especially now? I know it's business, Dan. I know it's business. But because it's business, it doesn't remove the reality of life. You see what I'm saying? If I can get $42 million in Green Bay for 5 years, and I get 41, well, they were at 41 million in Dallas. I'm going to take that in Dallas. I'm going to direct it. I'm just saying. And I'm going to consider my family and all of that. You know, I'm just saying. I got to be able to let the Michael Parsons thing go. And it hurts us so much. Let me tell you, because now we see Dak can possibly, I asked for 30, 35 points. Dak can put up 40 points a game now. With the way George Pickens played, and George Pickens left so much on the field. He did step up, but he left a lot on the field. And that's my problem right there. Wait, what are you saying here? Michael is bitter. Wait, go back over here. Go comment. Go back, go up a little bit. Yeah, Michael is bitter. He's upset with Jerry. Still is the star. I know. He won't be in the Ring of Honor. Like he won't. His family's going to go to games there because they still got that suite. And oh my God, can you imagine what it must have been like? Let me tell you, I'd rather be a hero. I'd rather be a good player in front of my family, here with the ones I love, and over a great player somewhere else. You see what I'm saying? Because the joy of my family being here, watching me, being at the game, it's everything. It's everything. So I would prioritize things like that. And I'm talking about Michael because we can put up 35, 40 points a game. And if we could do that, what do you need? You just need a pass rusher. And we're not going to stop the run, even though we've been better with it. We're not going to stop it. But the 40 points a game would have stopped that running game. That's why I said we were upset about that. But we got to let it go. Yeah, that ain't even a question, Stephen White. Way bigger fan base and deals here. You're absolutely right. The bigger, and that big fan base is what made this podcast worth $200 million. You know what I mean? What do you mean? Yes, because 15 million he is paying estate tax. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. He would take. They tried to sell you guys, and they said it, and it's the trick when they said he had 47 million in new money, 47 million a year in new money. The new money starts next year, not this year. So it is 47 million a year in new money. But when you add in what they do this year, it becomes 42 over the 5 years. You see what I mean? When they said 47 over new money starts next year. But the real deal is 42 over 5 years because he's not going to sit on his butt until he gets to next year. And that's the deal I go off of. And I'm just saying, Jerry was there. We got to get out of that Michael Parsons stuff. We got to get out of that. And yeah, it was hard for me to watch you, Kevin, him wearing those colors. I'm telling you, I was hurt. I was really sick before it. And then I watched him and knowing he was sick made me feel better. Because I didn't want to be sitting here crying over Michael Parsons unless I know he's been crying over us. And he has been crying over us too. And that was the good thing. Talking about that game, y'all saw it. Cowboys 40-40. Kiss your sister Todd. Are you joking? 40-40 damn time. Let me ask you, does anybody know that timekeeper that was on that clock? Yeah. Does anybody know that timekeeper? How the hell did he just use that come down like this on that button and wait till that 1 second go off? I'd rather him have done that. This game over. And I know they got a clock timer, but they also got a timekeeper with the refs. So the refs could call up and say, put a second back on the clock. Really? I would much rather the ref say that. If a ref in that stadium saw that clock at 0 and even checked this timer and saw there was 0.3 seconds left, there's no way he's going to say, put a second back on that clock in that stadium, because it'll look like, oh, this is an NFL conspiracy against Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. We clearly saw that, and you want to try to add a second and make this a game or a tie game. It would have been pandemonium. It would have been incredibly crazy for him to do that. And I needed that clock dude to make him do that. If any of you know that clock dude, tell him I want to have a conversation with him. I want to see that finger that he should have brung down slowly. I'm going to ask him to let me just touch it, and I'm going to bite that shit off. Since you didn't know not to touch, now you don't have it to touch. Nothing. Nothing. Are you joking? You click that, you hit that clock too fast. You gotta let that go, man. I was trying to say something about the timekeeper. Don't y'all want to whoop his ass? I don't want the man, and I don't know the man. I ain't trying to send nothing ugly his way. And I don't want him trying to come sue me saying, Mike Irvin got me getting threats because he said something on his locker room podcast. I don't want to get into that. I don't want that happening. But I'm just saying, are you joking? When I was in high school, we knew they would cheat the clock. They'll let a little time run. It's called home field advantage. So I'm just shocked that we lose our home field advantage because nobody plays and come down on that clock a little slower. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, that did trip me out. We need Jaden Blue to play. I like Javonte Williams running, man. You say what you will, and I'm saying, I like how hard he runs, even over Miles Sanders. Every time I see Miles get a ball, sometimes I guess I'm still not over that Philadelphia fumble. But I like the running game. I really do like the running game. Uh-oh. Hey, just then, this just came in, you know. Nathan, I appreciate it. Breaking news, Brown benching Joe Flacco for Dylan Gabriel. Okay, so it's inside info. Okay, you got it. So okay, but that's good news. That is good news because I've been telling y'all they're going to do it. They're going to do this, and now I want to see the pressure of what happens here. I mean by that is 4 games in, we'll get a look at Dylan Gabriel, and now. Okay, do we get a look at both of these young quarterbacks? Remember, my whole thing was, if I was the Browns, I'm going to rotate these quarterbacks right now. I'm going to go Dylan one week, Shedeur Sanders the next. There'll be so much interest in the Browns. Joe Flacco being set down and Dylan Gabriel being brought up will bring interest right now because people are saying now Shedeur Sanders is one snap away from playing. You know, so I can't wait to see how they're going to play this out now that Joe Flacco is expected to be benched and Dylan Gabriel is coming in and they are going to go play. They're playing the Vikings coming up. And the Vikings, yeah, that's going to be, I can't wait to see that game. I can't wait to see that game. And I'm telling you something, that Cleveland Brown defense is so good. It's so good. It deserves something. And it wasn't getting it out of Joe Flacco and all the turnovers he's got. Now we'll see a little step up and they'll play a little harder because they got a young quarterback and they think he may give them a chance. And that defense ain't no joke. So you got such a great defense, you can get young guys ready. And since Joe ain't lighting it up, you might as well make that move. And that's exactly what they did. It's probably one of the best guys to wear 33. Oh, yeah. I like that too. And that's Lacey. He's talking about Javonte Williams and E. Lacey. 33. And it was funny looking at that 33 at first. You know what I'm saying? But I like now. I like it now. I like when I watch it. I just like how hard the kid runs. He runs so hard. He reminds me, he could have played with us. You know what I mean? Guys that run like that, play like that. He could have played. He could have played with us. Yeah, Stephen White, you're right. It's hard to play for 2 rookie quarterbacks. You know what I mean? So how does anybody prepare if they're going to play Cleveland and you know you're putting in your young quarterbacks, you see? So yeah, you're right about that. I can't wait to see the game Sunday to see what happens with that situation. You think Prime would have been Dallas? Kevin asked me, you think Prime would have been Dallas? Oh, snap, where'd they go? Where'd they go, y'all? That leader. What did he say? You think Prime would have been Dallas coach if he? I don't know.
More boxes, more options. Grainger has over 1,700 box types in stock and ready to help you.
I don't. If he wasn't battling the cancer, nobody knew he was battling cancer. I couldn't read. I couldn't see that the rest of it. Nobody knew he was battling cancer, but I don't know if it would work this year. I wanted it to work this year, but you know, in time got a new contract and he had this big buyout, and Jerry was trying to get in on a low end with the head coach. That's why he went the direction he went. And it's going to be hard to get in on the low end with Dion when he was one of the hot topics at the time and looking at a new contract with the team that he was with. So that was different for me. You know what I mean? And I don't know, you got to give Coach Schottenheimer more than one season. And what he's done so far for me says he's earned more than one season. You know, you were expecting to have a Michael Parsons, and you did, but you still played the Eagles hard. You just tied with the Packers. You know, you should not have lost to Chicago, but that defense was giving up everything. That's not on you. You are the offensive coordinator, and that's why I say you can't find any reasons to be talking about doing anything with Coach Schottenheimer right now. Coach Schottenheimer has an offense that's in the record books right now because no other team has ever given up 35 plus points at home, both home games, and walked off without a loss. The Cowboys gave up 35 plus points at home in both games, but walked off without a loss. Never done before in history. That's how epic this offense is played. That's how epic this offense is played. So, yeah, and I'm telling you right now, this offense can even get better as we go and still get better because now that we know that we got to give George Pickens some opportunities. We were not giving him those upfield opportunities, are certainly not nowhere near as many while CeeDee Lamb was here. So now it's everybody raise their game, and then you get CeeDee Lamb back. You think you got a raised offense. I think you got a raised offense that can put up 36. And like they've shown you lately, 40 points a game. The difference is that enough to win? And with Matt Eberflus in his defense, sometimes I have to wonder if that's enough to win. And that's almost crazy to say in the National Football League. You can put up 35 points and still lose because your defense gave up 38. And that's where we are right now. So we can marvel and be crazy and happy and everything about what we see out of Dak Prescott, who's playing MVP football. Best quarterback right now, or playing some of the best quarterback in the National Football League. But it doesn't matter if we don't get some kind of defense going to just slow up the opponents. Just some. We're not going to stop them, but we got to learn some kind of way to slow them. I don't care if we start just keeping everybody in front of us and making people short, dink, dunk. But stop giving up the damn pass down these seams each week. Why we can't cover up these seams and giving up those big plays that causes all kinds of problems for that defense. That's why I got Dak in MVP, because he keeps answering the bell and keeping Dallas in that hunch. Right in the hunch of everything, right in the middle of everything. And speaking of keeping someone in the middle and in the middle of everything, I'm telling you guys, continue to watch this situation.